Hello, welcome to Queenie's Wednesday Night Live Cards of the Month for September 2025. Here we go. Vroom, vroom. I have no idea. So welcome to this Facebook Live. I'll be doing another video recapping and might say slightly different things that will be put up on my YouTube channel. But this is the freshy, the first one. Welcome. So, as per usual, I am going to do the theme of the month, which is from the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. As I've said a billion times, I've been reading with this deck since 1999, and I love it, and they are very well loved and kind of beat up cards, and they're two decks put into one. So the theme for the month of September 2025. I can't believe that this year is going by. It's going by really fast, but also really slow. And maybe that's the way it is every year. You just never know. But oh yeah, of course it feels different. Of course you can tell. So the theme of the month is... Oh no. Okay. Yeah, it looks just like the back of the card. The front of the card looks just like the back of the card. Topsie Turvets. Topsie Turvets is the theme of the month. Basically, what this card means is that September is going to be a month where it'll be difficult to know which end is up. So I feel like there are going to be a lot of things that shift and move. There's going to be internal shifts and external shifts. And, well, the picture that I got in my head is, you know, those intricate locks that have to fall right into place in order to open. September's a month where those locks, those intricate mechanisms inside within the lock are trying to find their spot to unlock and open up. That sounds weird, but that's the picture I got in my head. I just saw like the inside of a clock, you know, the little teeth and things moving, the little things moving. So it feels like there will be lots of little things and big things moving around so much that we may not have an easy time figuring out which end is up. And the most important thing for that is to remind yourself how many times you have experienced just that and got through the other side. This is temporary. This is a temporary kind of, it's not necessarily upheaval, but it's, what it feels like is things in life have shifted so much that we are in the middle of the process of you know, getting our footing and figuring out how to move forward with this whole new set of parameters. That's what it really feels like right now. So that's kind of what the Topsie Turvets are saying to us right now, since that's the theme of the month. So it's like every time you think you've figured it out, or maybe I'll do another visual for you, as it were. You got lost in the woods, but you notice that you are going in circles because you're looking at the markers and all the little markers look the same. And what is needed is to trust that you will find your way out, that the way will open up in front of you. It will open up in front of you. It's just the more you push, the more you're going to go around in circles. And that lock, like I was talking about, or whatever, that safe, that combination, it has to, the right little mechanisms and levers have to go into the right places in order for this to open up and unlock. And this month is the, I guess it's like the unlocking month. But the Topsy Turvets can be hard to feel grounded because you kind of feel like you're turned upside down this way. And am I upside down? Am I right side up? Am I left? Am I right? Am I up? Am I down? That's kind of the Topsy Turvets. So let's see what the cat spirit cards, the spirit cats by Nicole PR. Let's see what cat will ground us during this month, and hope it isn't a smart aleck answer, which it might be. It might be like, hey, you're only going to have these little tiny moments of grounding. Everything else, the world is shifting underneath our feet right now. We've just got to stay as upright as we possibly can. Wow, that was optimistic, wasn't it? Anyway, so the Spirit Cat card that will help us ground. Speaking of cats, those of you who know me and are my friends on Facebook, I want to let you know that we saw Leia again tonight, and she came to dinner. This was a cat of mine that is a feral cat that I have been feeding for a decade, and I was really worried about her the other day. She looked really bad, but she did come and eat, and she was cleaning herself afterwards. I looked on the camera, so maybe she's gonna be okay. That would be really great. It's for cats that live outside, a decade is really a long life. So the fact that I have 10 and 11-year-old kitties out there is pretty good. They're my babies. Anyway, so this cat, however, this cat is the cat that's going to ground us, and they're looking over their shoulder. Oh, okay, I see. This is good. This is a good grounding thing. Threshold. Meet Sage. She is the queen of the threshold. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I love how these go together. In or out. Out or in. She lingers right at the borderline between worlds, which is what we're doing this month. Glancing back, she takes stock of everything she's cherished, everything that has challenged and interested her, and everything that has weighed her down and limited her. She peeks her nose through the door, smells the fresh air of possibility with a swirl of exhilaration and a hint of fear. Perhaps she even tiptoes through a few times, only to return to her old world for a while. Find peace at the threshold, but don't surrender to the turn back now gargoyles that guard the gateway. When you're ready, you will stride boldly into your new world. Okay, so that is pretty much what will ground us, is just what I said, is trust the process. Trust that you will be, that a way will open up for you. It's just that right now we're kind of in between. We're in the threshold. We're in the in-between time, which is the time that, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I should be perky right now. Anyway, the in-between time is kind of good because that's the time that the fairies like the most. The time right before at dawn and at dusk. That's the in-between time. And that's where they like to play. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the first of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Let's see if we've got these cards where I want them. Okay, there. Yes, we do. Okay. And these are going, this is the cat tarot. you know, I've always said, well, or I had tried to avoid leaning into the fact that I'm a cat lady, but it's useless. It's like they showed up on my back porch and they said, meow, it is useless to resist us. Meow. So there I am. All right, so I'm shuffling these. And the first part of the month is going to be from the 1st, which we've already had the other day, to the, oh wow, I'm hearing 1st to the 15th. And then the 15th, oh, this is weird. The middle of the month is going to feel a little bit shorter than the end of the month. The 15th to the 21st, and then the 22nd to the 30th. Okay. I get, my intuition tells me what the dates are supposed to be, and usually they're different, but this is what the dates are. So from the 1st to the 15th, we have this Major Arcana card. Okay. And from the 16th to the 21st. Oh. And from the 22nd to the 30th. Oh, this is good, guys. I'm not telling you, but it's good. No, just kidding. Okay, so from the 1st to the 15th, we have Strength. This is card number 8. In some tarot decks, it's card number 11. The Strength and the Justice card are opposite, but in this deck, it's the way I learned tarot. Its Strength is number 8. Now, if you look at this, that cat is very proud of the mouse it caught, or the rat it caught. Very, very proud. In other decks, you will see a woman and a lion, and the woman is trusting that lion so much that she puts her head in the lion's mouth. This first part of the month, having strength to accept all of who you are, even your primal urges. See, the lion or the cat represents our id or our primal urges, or accepting and trusting more of ourselves. I think this card relates to Leo, which is about bringing yourself forward and self-esteem. So the beginning of the month is to get more comfortable and trusting of yourself, who you really are, feeling safe being who you really are, being okay with yourself, and the strength that it takes to do that. A lot of us, including myself, have been through most of our lives. This is crooked. I am crooked. I don't want to be crooked, but I'm crooked. Through most of our lives, we're people pleasers because we felt like we had to be in order to survive. And as we get older, a little less and less and less of that is okay. We learned how, I do not know why I'm yawning at you. I must be releasing energy. I was a little pent up before I came on. Probably because I was anxious about the Topsie Turvets. Like I can't see. Anyway, but strength is a lovely card. So that means that the 1st through the 15th of the month, there will be a time period where we are given the opportunity for self-acceptance on a level that's deeper than we ever had before. And maybe that will help us. Maybe that's part of the way the mechanisms are going to be clicking together to open things up. I like it. So, and maybe that strength is to trust your instincts, trust your gut, trust your intuition to get you through the woods if you feel like you're going in circles. Stop. Have a communication with your solar plexus, with your inner knowing, and then you will see the way out. So that's the strength card. That is from the 1st to the 15th of the month. So we got a little bit of a time period left of the strength card. In the middle of the month, from the 16th to the 21st, we have the Star. And it's hilarious, that cat is just like, this water, no. It's in my way, no. So what I like about having the strength card and talking about self-esteem and comfort level with the self, and then having the Star card be in the middle of the month. The Star card is knowing your light and acknowledging your light and letting it shine. And also understanding. There's this deep understanding of where your light is, and nobody else has one like you. Mine is unique. Yours is unique. You know, everybody you know has their own unique place where they shine, their own unique light. And the middle of the month is where you discover more of that. And as you can tell with this cat, this cat is like, oh, this glass of water, nope, there's space for me here. You just knock it down. So that's about setting boundaries based on this new level of comfort with your light. So that's the middle of the month. Oh, then we amp it up even more with the end of the month from the 22nd to the 30th because we have the Sun. So even with all this kind of muddling, Topsie Turvets kind of stuff, even with all the upside down, don't know which way to turn, by the end of the month, we have the Sun. And the Sun is radiance and magnetism and self-esteem. And like, if you thought the star shone, the star shines in the night sky, lights up the dark. The Sun just lights up everything. Dark, light, it lights up everything. And it has these nurturing qualities where it has this ability to help things grow, to help things to, get a lot of plants require sunlight. We require some sunlight, and so having the Sun card at the end of the month really shows me that things will light up by the end. It'll be clear towards the end of the month. Just right now we focus on getting comfortable with being in the in-between time. Okay? So there's those. Now we're going to pull, let me put these away. Burp. We're going to pull a support card. Not a report card, but a support card. The Spirit Animal Oracle. And I love these cards. Okay. Let's see which one. I put some perfume that I hadn't put on in a long time. It's amber and sandalwood. Oh God, every time I get a whiff of myself, I love it. Anyway, this is our support animal. Oh no, not oh no, but oh my goodness. This is our support animal this month. I'm saying, nice to see you too, Susie. I'm saying this is not, let's look at the big picture and let's plow through month. It really, really isn't. The support card we have is Mouse spirit. And it says, tend to the small things. I think that that's how we're going to stay grounded when it feels like everything, when it feels like the floor is moving, you know, when it feels like things are kind of in upheaval. Okay, so look at this little mouse. Funny thing about this card, I guess you can see some jewels on there. But usually the animals have crowns and stuff like that. But I guess the mouse is not concerned about that. So this is our support card. We have a Hey, did you ever think that you would have a mouse support animal? I guess that's what we have this month. Tend to the small things. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details, and mouse spirit calls on you to notice the nuances and the fine print at this time. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it is easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to the little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as the small voice inside of you that says, "This doesn't feel right." Take your time to sniff out what you need to know. Is there some detail or nuance about how you engage others or operate in the world that is key to your success, but you've too readily dismissed as nothing big or nothing special? Oh, really? Mouse spirit reminds you that what seems small may be more important and powerful than you think, so look again. Do not underestimate yourself or your potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to the details. So having this as a support card in a month where we have Topsie Turvets as the theme of the month, and have, as we're in the in-between, what will assist us and what will support us is making sure that we pay attention to the details. Maybe stop trying to move forward so fast and look around. That way you can tell if you're at a place on the path that you've already went through before, so that you're not chasing your tail or running around in circles, which is kind of, what happens. Okay, so the next card. I'm going faster than I thought. Oh, well. All right, this is going to be from Gentle Chaos Pocket Oracle deck. I just have to get it open. I just put it away today because I was organizing. I'm on vacation this week from work. I'm on PTO. I'm calling it a staycation because I'm not really going anywhere. But, so I found that I had, not that you care, but I do. I had like three different baskets that had all my tarot decks in them. And I'm like, my God, I think I need a trunk. And then I start going onto Amazon, looking for a trunk. And I realized, wait, I have a trunk in my closet that I used for a show that I did called, a one-woman show that I did in 1999 called The Divine Box. So let me try and point the camera down to where you can see that silver. Where is it? Wrong way. Oh no, let's get it there. There it is. That silver, it's Moroccan silver box. Okay, so let's get ourselves situated again. Here we are. Oh, we're not situated. Hi, I'm back. I'm a little crooked, but Anyway, so I put all the decks that I don't necessarily use all the time in the bottom part. Decks that I've collected. Collector decks, as you might say. So I put those in there, and then I had the ones that I use for the monthly card readings like across the top, and then I realized it was really kind of hard to get to, so I put them in their own little basket, so I did not end up not having baskets, but it's okay. So we're gonna pull a card from the Gentle Chaos deck, which is going to be just something to think about this month while we're going through stuff. So we have the Mouse Spirit as the support card, and this Gentle Chaos card is something to think about. Just a little something to think about. All right. What is it? Oh, the jellyfish. I have not gotten that one, so I have no idea what this is going to come up with. Let's find out. That's H-I-J. Come on, it's in there. There it is. Okay. The jellyfish. Sometimes I think I truly wouldn't mind being a jellyfish. Maybe I'll be rewarded in my next life if I am good. To have no ego at all, even with the potential of immortality, unburdened by thought, toxic but not cruel. As delicate as water itself, a gift from the moon herself. The jellyfish reminds us to let ourselves exist simply and just be. That I like that as something to think about during this month. Now it looks like some people came on that weren't on at the beginning, so let me recap things a little bit and then maybe pull another card. A wild card. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, so let me recap. Face palm. Let me recap this. Yeah, let me recap really quick. The theme of the month is the Topsie Turvets. That is about kind of this feeling of shifting sands, this feeling of not knowing which end is up, and the need to be grounded and the need to trust that things are moving right now, but they will settle soon. But this month is going to feel like a lot of stuff is moving. And after I'm through doing this recap, we will talk about some of that stuff. And this might be some things that I don't normally talk about in my lives. Just FYI. But it's important enough to acknowledge a lot of the things that are going on. So the Topsie Turvets, shifting sand, the mechanism of a lock, trying to find the little spots where it can unlock. That's what the Topsie Turvets is saying right now. The best way to ground during this is to trust. This is the threshold cat. To trust that we're kind of in the in-between time. And we're deciding whether we want to go out or whether we want to stay in. Or we want to go out or whether we want to stay in. And it's just not time to decide that yet. It's time to be kind of indecisive about that. And it's interesting that that's going to be something that grounds us, but this is kind of this part of the reading is kind of a ADHD part of the reading. So, hello. Anyway, then we go to the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month, the major arcana cards. From the 1st to the 15th, the beginning of the month, we have the Strength card. This is about learning to trust ourselves more, learning to trust, because the Strength card is about trusting all of the parts of yourself, including the ones that you don't, yes, we hear your horn, including the ones that you that you think are like kind of wild. The card like I said, if you picture the card in other decks, it's a woman with her head laying down and she's got her head in the lion's mouth. And the lion is not going to eat her because the lion is her. And she fully trusts that, you know, she is the higher self and the lion is the more physical, more primordial self. And she trusts her more animal instincts, gut knowledge. She knows that that accessing that is important to survival and for thriving. Okay, middle of the month we have the star. And what this feels like to me, this particular card and this particular version of the star, is we will be knowing more of our worth. And there will be a light in the darkness, a light shining in the darkness, and that light will be us. And in knowing our own worth, why, you know, this cat is knocking the glass off there because I wanted to be there. That's in my way. Excuse me. Isn't this my shelf? So that's kind of the middle of the month. You'll start to get this spark of your own spark. So that things will start getting a little bit clearer. I guess with the Topsie Turvets, the locks, the mechanism will get more, the teeth. The mechanism will start working. The lock will start unlocking. Okay? At the end of the month, from the 22nd to the 30th, we have the sun. And that's when the light turns on. That's when the light turns on. Growth happens, magnetism happens, and the way becomes clear. So I suspect that by the beginning of October, things will be a lot clearer. I suspect, and I also hope, because this shifting sand stuff, it's kind of exhausting. But we're also kind of being called to rest in it. Rest in the uncertainty, which seems freaking ridiculous. And why would you say that? But that's kind of what we're being called to do this month. Our support card is Mouse Spirit, which is telling us to as we kind of rest in that uncertainty, is to pay attention to the details. To pay attention to the details. And then we've got the card that we're supposed to something to think about is that sometimes it's important to just be. I have terrible trouble just being because I want to be doing or thinking about doing, mostly thinking about doing. And that thinking about doing just overwhelms me. And then I get anxious and I'm wound up really tight and it's just absolutely no fun. You know, I think I said to my daughter earlier today, I said, you don't want to be in here. There's a lot of problem solving and all kinds of stuff going on in here. There is rarely smooth, calm seas in here. This is kind of similar sometimes to what's in there. But somehow I find some sort of grounding in it. I don't know how, but I'm learning how to relax. I've always been learning how to relax. So let's pull a wild card and let's talk about some things that are going on right now that I shouldn't ignore. Watch the wild card. The wild card will be, and they'll go, wow, thanks for your time. See you next time. I don't think it's going to be that, but let's talk about it. All right. I really like this one. Look what it says. This is my dream. I decide where it goes from here. How about that? This is my dream. I decide where it goes from here. So, here we go. What would that mean to you? To me, and I can only speak for me, I remember reading a book. Only one book. I've never read any others. No, I'm just kidding. I remember reading a book or listening to somebody talk about how important how we respond to things is. Now, sometimes it's hard to respond in any other way than, how you did. But, oh, no. It's not about what happens. It's what we do with it. And this is my dream. I'll decide where it goes from here. Kind of reminds me of that, but a more heightened, more exalted version of that. It's like I am living this dream. I'm not talking about I'm living the dream. No, I literally am living in my own dream. Each of us are living in our own dreams, and we overlap and we connect in places, and we bump up against each other, and it's up to us to decide where we go from here. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with what you're being given or what you're being shown. To take a sip of water. It's so funny because I'm not running out of words, but it's so we are. Let's just shift gears. No, we're not shifting gears. We are in a time period where we are being inundated. I thought we were being inundated with bad news and fear-mongering and all kinds of stuff. I thought that before, almost 10 years ago. But it's almost like this particular timeline, I like to kind of call it a timeline because I wonder, can we hop into a better one for the people that I love, for the communities that I love? Can we hop into a better one? I lost my train of thought. It went, it just went right off the track. It'll come back. I'll rein it back in, I suppose. It's like the universe, it just keeps saying, oh, you think this is horrifying. You think this is shocking. You think this stuff that's going on is crazy and scary. Hold my freaking beer. What about this? And what I feel is that we are being inundated with all of this stuff in preparation for the stuff that, the stuff that's worse. And that doesn't mean that I'm not hopeful that we'll be okay. It just means that I am aware, even though sometimes I get in the middle of it and I get overwhelmed, I am aware that the powers that be, or the powers that want to be, this is how my friend Maria says it, the powers that want to be, are playing this desensitization game. And we've been greatly affected by it. I mean, to the point where there are certain generations of us that including a little bit myself, it's like, I used to be able to do a lot of face-to-face stuff and not be exhausted. I used to talk on the phone all the time and not have that be an unusual thing. But no. I don't get me wrong, I love the internet. and And I love my social media, and I love connecting with everybody. I love what we're doing right now. But dang, between that and the panini, I mean the pandemic, that really shifted things. And like, I can't just blame it on getting older. It really shifted things. And I feel like maybe it's not so much that they're desensitizing us. Maybe they're making us some of us so sensitive to stuff that had already been sensitive, that it's just too much. That it's just too much. That doesn't mean that, that doesn't make me want to give up. No. No. It makes me a little mad. It makes me want to keep going and to live, like really live. And I've been talking about that for a long time. And I keep pretending that I keep pretending that I can put that off. But no, I don't think we can put it off. Anyway, so that's kind of that part of it. I hope some of that made sense. I hope some of it made sense. Here's the other thing. I pay attention to the news a little too much. Not because I don't care. Each of us have to just do our own way of dealing with this and empowering others and making sure that we keep that love coming, keep that love going, so that we can help people survive this. This is just, it's not. I used to think this is just bordering on ridiculousness. No, we are in ridiculous territory on the planet. I'm not just talking about this country, because it's all over, and it's so distorted and so ridiculous that people cannot see, that a lot of people do not acknowledge the humanity in others, the right to exist, the right to live fully, the right to thrive, the right to love who they want to love and wear what they want to wear, and the right to be wherever they are. It makes me sad. But I also feel like I want to keep a light burning. Keep a space for the people that need it. A place of comfort, acknowledgement. I feel like the best thing that I can do is like really see people. And that's kind of what I do here, even though I'm just doing it live. So I'm like this lady that you're looking at on video, and I'm talking to you, and we feel like we kind of know each other, and that's comforting, right? I hope. I've been told that these talks are comforting, so that's part of why I keep doing them, because it comforts me to comfort you. And it gives me a place to extemporaneously speak, which I don't usually get. I mean, I am, just like with everybody else that has their thing that they do, I am so much more than just this, but I am all this. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like, this is one compartment, which kind of is, do you think about, like, I'm expressing one compartment of who I am right here, right now. And when I was doing the singing, that was another compartment of who I am. And I may do that again. I think that dealing with acknowledging the years passing by kind of mess with my head a little bit. But maybe I can just be like the jellyfish and just exist and have that be okay, you know? So I want you to have a really great September, regardless of what's going on in the world. I want your hearts to be comforted. I want your boo-boos to be kissed. I want you to stay well and safe and healthy and know that you are loved. I want that for me too. And I want all my cats to be safe and healthy. My goodness. I thought Leia had passed, I swear. And then she came for dinner. For those of you that came late, she showed up for dinner. Anyway, that's one of the things, the other compartments that I have is that I want to keep those cats alive. So, and they are my babies, even though Leia doesn't let me touch her. So I want you to have a wonderful month. I love doing this for you. I'm sending love out to each and every one of you whenever you watch it. If you watch it, whoever doesn't watch it. If you love it, if you hate it, you still got my love. So I will see you next time. I will have be doing another video of the cards that I'll be putting up on YouTube. Probably won't complete it tonight. I might do that tomorrow because I'm a little tired. And I will talk to you soon for the card of the week on Sunday. I hope you've been doing good. Bye.